I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today. I went ahead and placed an order on Beautylish. They finally got in the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette and blush, and I definitely wanted to have that. And then they got a new Chikuhodo limited edition brush too, which I I tried to resist, but I just couldn't. And off the top of my head, I can't remember the official name of it, but it comes in this really pretty packaging. It had a ribbon around it. It had like little glistening. It was a really pretty ribbon. But give you one guess who took off with it. It didn't last long. So anyway, yeah, the cats have been playing with it. But look at how pretty this tube that the brush comes in. And this does come with a little sleeve to put over it too if you like to keep the protectors for them. And then this is what the brush looks like. This is from Chikuhodo if I didn't mention that already. But the handle and the ferrule are in a matte black. And it's just stunning. And then the print that's on here has got like a shimmer to it. It's just a really, really beautiful brush. I'm going to go ahead and compare it to which it's kind of the same thing as this is my MK1. It's either the MK1 or MK2, which are basically the same brush. They just have different designs on the handle. This is like one of the very first Chikuhodo brushes I ever got. It's got my name engraved on it, so you can see this one here is the one that I've been using daily to buff on finishing powder, like the Guerlain Meteorites, which is what I'm probably going to use this one for too. Because they're so soft and they glide over the skin so nicely, they're not going to really disturb your makeup, so it's great to use these type of brushes for a finishing powder, like an all over buffing on the face. So when this one poofs out, it's probably going to be not probably as poofy as this one, because like I said, I've had this one for a while. But this handle, I just can't get enough of how pretty this brush is. Super, super, super soft brush. I just had to have it. I also purchased the new Wayne Goss synthetic brush set, but I want to play around with them a little bit more before I share them with you guys so I can have a good opinion on them. But I finally got the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette and blush. I had missed them the first go around. They came out and I just didn't think that they were going to sell out that fast. So I just waited like, I don't know, it was like a day or something, and then I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was like, oh, I missed the boat. And I didn't know that they were coming back, and somebody had messaged me, I can't remember if it was on YouTube or Instagram, that they were going to come back out in January. And the blush is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow blusher, and again the shade is Pillow Talk. There is 0.28 ounces of product in this guy, and I would describe this as a dusty bronze rose color. That's what it looks like on my skin tone. It is a lighter blush, so I don't know how well it's going to show up on a deeper skin tone, but on me it is like a dusty bronze rose shade. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the center, swatch the outside, and then I'll swatch them together. So those are kind of the three shades. You could try to use a little brush to get the center for a highlight for maybe a medium skin tone, but on me it's too dark to kind of use it like that. So when I had used it, I just, you know, swished and pop. So this is kind of the color that came out on my skin tone. And I think it's a really pretty blush. I get along with Charlotte Tilbury's blushes really well. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect with the Pillow Talk Luxury Eyeshadow Palette. I was like, some of the shades, they look just too light for something that I like. But I went ahead and I got it anyway because I have all of Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow palettes. And I did wear this yesterday, and I used it directly over a base. And I went in with the deepest matte shade, which, I mean, it doesn't look all that deep, but directly over that tacky base when I packed it on, I was able to get a really nice amount of depth in the crease, and it actually worked out really pretty. The colors themselves in the pan do look really basic, but when I did use them on the eyes, I thought that the look turned out really pretty. It wasn't something too extravagant, however, but it's something that just kind of looked pretty on the eyes, and I was able to make this color dark enough on my skin tone. Granted, I'm pretty fair, so again, on a deeper skin tone, you know, that's your darkest shade in there. These two shades are matte, and then this one is kind of a glittery shade. I had to really kind of jab my brush into that to get that to pick up, and that went directly over a tacky eyeshadow base as well. And then I did use this slight shimmer one underneath the brow, and it turned out really pretty, but it was a little something to work with because I did have to pack on these two shades to really get that depth that I was looking for out of that. Like, if you were to set your eyeshadow primer first, I don't think you would quite get a lot of depth out of those two colors. So I was surprised though with how much I enjoyed the look yesterday. It looked really pretty with a crisp black wing, eyeliner wing. So here are the swatches. But you can see how well the shadow palette correlates with the blush. And I did wear them together. You guys have been asking me to do like a Charlotte Tilbury look or get ready with me or something like that. If I get time to do so, I think I will. I really liked, it was odd because I'm really about that big pop and shine, but I really like the look when I use this, so I might do that. Also from Beautylish, I got these Sugarpill Eyelash Overdose eyelashes. This is in the style Precious, and they look like that right there. I have got these on my eyes today. I trimmed off 2 sections on the end of there, and I kind of, next time I wear them I might trim off another one because they're coming a little bit too far in and kind of, it's just irritating for me. I usually wear like kind of a corner lash, so I trim them. But other than that, I really like this style of lashes. I love the House of Lashes Iconic. Those are typically the ones that I wear in my videos, either the lights, the minis, or the regular ones. But sometimes I feel like they're just a little too full, and I like a long, like elongated type of lash. But I like sometimes, you know, to be able to see between them. So, because I have a, you know, I have a heavy, you know, hooded lid, so that in itself covers up, you know, a lot of the eyeshadow that's on my eyes. But I like the flare of an eyelash, but sometimes I just wish for something even a little more wispier, I guess, or like you can see between the lash a little bit easier, and I feel like these kind of fit like that. The band on them is a little bit thicker than, well, maybe it just looks, actually, you know what, I think it probably just looks a little bit thicker because there's, you know, more spacing between the lashes. But I really like them so far. I just do want to trim off just a little bit more on the end so that I can pull them a little bit further outwards and they're not coming so far in on my eyes. But they're only $7, so I got 3 pairs. And then Jouer came out with a 6-pan blush palette. It's called the Bouquet d'Amour 6-shade blush palette. The packaging on this is really pretty. The outside of this has got like a kind of a textured pattern on it. So there are 6 blushes in here that are they're 3 grams a piece. The packaging is cardboard, and I thought it was magnetized, but it's not. It's staying together, so it kind of just sits like this, like the cardboard's kind of slightly warping, and I just got it. But otherwise, I really like the Jouer blushes. What I had got it online when I think an Instagram page posted that it went live, and they had a coupon code too, so I was able to get it for like $35. And I just jumped on it. I didn't really pay attention, and there are actually 2 shades in here that are from their blush duos, and I'm guessing there's probably 3, but I don't have one of their original blush duos, and I think that one of the shades in there is from there too. So that's something to make note of. If you have all of their blush duos, you might have quite a few of the shades that are in here. I believe the shades Kiss Me and no, I think it's Adore Me. I think it's this shade, and Seduce Me are in the 2 duos that I have. But there are 1, 2, 3, I would say 3 mattes kind of on the bottom here. This Know Me shade has a slight sheen to it, and so does Marigold. And then the shade Treasure Me, which is kind of a tangerine, is kind of a shimmer. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch them for you guys. I did feel like the formula, I've used 3 of them out of here. They were very comparable to what's in their duos. So, and while the packaging is pretty, it's not staying closed. But let's go ahead and swatch these. Now that I pull it all the way back too, I bet I'm really going to have fun trying to get it to close. But let's swatch these top 3 shades. I thought it was going to be fun to wear that bright tangerine shade. Jouer does make some really nice blush products. And you guys, my skin is drier than legit the desert. So there's the top row. Should I blend this out a little bit here? And then here is the bottom row. And I think this would be a good one to pick up if you don't own any of the Jouer blushes, because there's a good variety in here, and there are some shades that are in their duos in this palette as well. So they go on really nice. They go on nicely pigmented, but they also buff out on the cheeks really nice as well. So that is the Jouer, the official Bouquet d'Amour 6-shade blush palette. And then from Ulta, I got the new Nars Mosaic Glow Blush. I just thought this looked really pretty, and like it was going to be a fun one going into summer, spring, summer, even though it's negative 80 out. No, I think the actual temperature is -8 right now without the wind chill. I really like the new kind of squared off Nars packaging. I just think it feels kind of more expensive, but there's 0.4 ounces of product in here, and it's called Fire Clay. I like that name, Fire Clay. And you have got 3 shades in there, so kind of a highlighter on top, a blush in the middle, and then the bronzer on the bottom. I mean, you could take a really skinny brush and try to concentrate it on those 2 portions, but what I'm going to do is just mix them all together. And this is a really pretty burnt corally bronze shade, leaning more towards coral, but it's got that hint of burnt in it because of the bronzer, and it's going to be a really pretty one for the summertime. So I'm going to attempt here to just get a few of them separately and then do them all together, if by chance you want to try to, you know, use them like that. But you'd have to use a pretty small brush. I just want you to be able to see the shades separated. And then if I was using a brush, this is how I'd swirl it in there. This might be my new go-to. What if this replaces Benefits California for me? It might. It's got a slight sheen to it. It's got that pretty burnt coral look to it. It's going to be one of those ones that you put on and it's going to make you look like you just got out of the sun, which I dig. So, and that guy is from Nars. It's got a cool embossing in there. And it's called Fire Clay. And then also from Ulta, I ordered a couple new products from Catrice. They came out with these blush boxes, and it says they're water and sweat proof. And they're just nice little compact packaging. I think these were $6. I got number 020 Glistening Pink, which is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. And the other shade is called Golden Coral. And then embossed in each pan, there's like a little saying in there. Mine are kind of all, well, there you can still read them. It says, "Go win, cheer, and Superwoman to be." The Golden Coral shade is matte, and then the Glistening Pink has some slight golden shimmers in it, but not a lot. Like, it's not overly done. So this one's Glistening Coral, or no, Golden Coral, and this one's Glistening Pink right there. And they're from Catrice, and I got them online. Let me get a little more of this pink. And again, this pink one is the one that I have on my cheeks today. And then I saw they also had this Arctic Glow highlighting powder, 0.28 ounces, and this is also from Catrice. It just looked really pretty. Catrice is a relatively affordable brand too, and this is called Jupiter's Glow. And it's kind of a baked highlighter, but it feels like there's a little bit more of a creaminess factor to it than a lot of baked products have. It's got a bluish kind of duochrome to it. But wait till I show you these next ones. These next 2 products from Catrice are like bomb. These are nice too. So these next 2 are the 3D Glow highlighters, and I think there was a few shades, but I got 2. This first one is 020 Icy Glaze, and let's see how much product's in here. 0.10 ounces of product, which is a little bit small on like the blush highlighter side of things, but they're pretty inexpensive. This is a dupe for the Ofra Glazed Donut highlighter, which I'm going to go ahead and swatch them together. This is the highlighter I also have on the top of my cheekbones today. Super awesome, super affordable. I totally recommend these. They're really, really pretty if you like that high shine on the cheeks. You can see there's kind of 2 tones in there. There's like a silver and then kind of a, looks like a white gold almost kind of shade, but it's very, very icy. And it's got a nice texture to it. It blends out on the skin. It's got a high shine to it. And again, I think these are like $6. And these are from Catrice too. So they're the 3D Glow highlighters. And this one is Icy Glaze. I wonder if they're trying to say something since this is called Glazed Donut. So I just want to swatch it next to the Ofra one to kind of compare for you guys. Because I really love the Ofra highlighters. But I think they're like $30 a pop. So there's Glazed Donut. Swatch it right there. And then the other shade is Pinch of Rose, and I kind of thought that this would be a blush for me, and it's definitely too dark for a highlighter on my skin tone, and if I want a really icy, shiny blush, then this would be one for a blush because it is really shiny, but on a medium deeper skin tone this would be so pretty. So this is number 010, Pinch of Rose. Put that right here. And buff it out. Just got a really pretty sheen to it. So those are some cool products from Catrice. And then because I liked the Buxom Primer Infused Blush in Mykonos so much, the Wanderlust blush I hauled a couple videos ago, I went ahead and I ordered another one, and I got the shade Havana, which is more of a cool tone pink shade. These are super pigmented. Like when I first went into Mykonos to put it on, I was like, you know, dot dot. I didn't like over swirl my brush or anything, but I just went dot dot and went on my cheeks, and I was like, whoa. But they blended out really nicely. These have got 0.13 ounces of product in there, and this one is Havana. And again, these are from Buxom. And I'm going to swatch it next to Mykonos so you can kind of see, but like I needed another color like that. But they do smell like coconuts, so there's that. And then here's Mykonos, which I have been wearing quite a bit. Just a really pretty coral. They're just really pigmented, pretty blushes from Buxom. So that one's Havana, and that one is Mykonos from the Wanderlust Primer Infused. This next product is from LA Splash Cosmetics, and LA Splash is an old new brand. They like their brand that I used to buy way back when, and they were pretty inexpensive, and they, from what I'm seeing, they've since revamped and relaunched their brand, and they're quite a bit more expensive than what I remember paying for LA Splash. So I purchased this Golden Gatsby eyeshadow palette. This is what the packaging looks like. There's a sleeve. It took me a minute to find the sleeve, but here's the sleeve that comes on there. It's a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure on there. And inside of here, you have got 10 eyeshadows that are 1 gram a piece. This is the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes today. What kind of was just like, I just wanted to try it, is these shades right here just look so foiled and so pretty. This was $18 if I'm not mistaken, which again, that's like quite expensive from what I can remember paying for LA Splash, but I am kind of excited that an old brand kind of came back because it kind of brings back memories. But this palette has got, I would say, 5 pretty solid mattes, which are these 4, and then this black down here, and then this shade up here, it's kind of a satin matte shade. There is a slight sheen to it, and then you've got these 4 really foiled shades. Today, I usually leave my makeup room door shut because my one kitty in particular, she just likes to wreck everything, but she's been in here before. She's knocked down palettes, she's cracked eyeshadows, so I keep the door shut, and it gets really, really cold in here. And so when I was using this today, like the palette itself was pretty cold, and I think that kind of had a little bit of an effect on those eyeshadows because they were kind of stiff. But you'll see in the swatches that they're pretty shiny, but today I did kind of have to dig my brush into those kind of really foiled shades to get them on the brush and then on the lid, but packed over a couple times, they did turn out really pretty and kind of shiny and foiled. Granted, if I'd used my finger, it would have probably been easier, but I wanted to see how they were going to do with a brush. And then the matte shades, when I was swatching them initially, they felt a little thin and a little dusty, so I was thinking, ooh, these might be a little dry and they might not stop blending for me. But I was surprised. They went on really nice and they blended out really nice. I really like this olive green over there, kind of mixed in with those warm tones. And again, this is what I have on my eyes today. $18. Yeah, I guess I would say it's worth $18. I was all in one. I was able to get the look with just using the shadows in this palette. But there are the first kind of 4. Right there. And then this pretty olive green. I just think this is such a pretty shade. And then here we're getting to the foils. I've got a heater going in the background, so if you guys can hear that, I apologize. But again, like I said, it was really cold in here. These three shades right here kind of share the same formula. This one's just a little bit different. It's not quite as chunky as those ones. This green one, it's a little bit more smooth than the black. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I got this off of Ulta.com too. Just ignore my skin is so dry that like these right here, they'll probably slightly be stuck to my skin. But again, that is from LA Splash, and it's called the Golden Gatsby Eyeshadow Palette. And that's all for my haul today. I'm sorry if I kind of feel like I'm in a hurry. My mom's on her way back from town. She's bringing pizza and stuff like that. It's my boyfriend's birthday today, so we're gonna like go eat ice cream cake and pizza. But I'm hoping tomorrow I can film another video. I kind of want to film a top shelf like face palettes video, which would be, ooh, it would be that right there on the top of that blue chest right there. Those are all face palettes that are on the top shelf. So let me know if you guys want to see that, because I might film that tomorrow. Let me know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.